Hartmann Group has been at the forefront of healthcare innovation for nearly 200 years. Today, technology transformation and new digital business models are enabling it to go further for health. Digital Bulletin met with CIO Sinanudin Omerhodzic and his team to find out more. Take a walk around the entrance hall of Hartmann Group's sprawling German headquarters and you will quickly be immersed in the company's long and fascinating backstory. Inside the front door is a life-size image of Paul Hartmann Sr., the man who, in the middle of the 19th century, founded the Paul Hartmann Bleaching, Dyeing and Dressing Company, the forerunner to the thriving healthcare products and solutions business which exists today. Further on, adorning the walls are timelines that stitch together multiple Hartmann milestones and highlight the groundbreaking innovations that make up its history. From the very beginning, Paul Hartmann set his store out to engage the era's leading medical minds and pioneer solutions to radically improve healthcare provision. In tandem with Sir Joseph Lister, the British surgeon who invented the first dressing with a germicidal effect, and Victor von Bruns, a German who designed groundbreaking dressing material using cotton wool, Hartmann helped revolutionise wound management, in turn saving millions of lives. This quest for innovation remains hardwired within Hartmann Group. Flash forward to 2020, and it is the rapid onset of new technologies that is remodelling how it operates, innovates and delivers. Change has been a constant for Hartmann over nearly 200 years, and today technology and digital transformation are among the main forces behind its ambition to go further for health. In the middle of Hartmann's Heidenheim base is a vast and somewhat imposing conference room. This is where the leadership team communicates its top-level objectives and strategy to the wider staff, making it one of the vital hubs on the Hartmann campus. Sinanudin Omerhodzic, Hartmann's Chief Information Officer, is one person who is regularly taken to the podium. Since joining 3 years ago, Omerhodzic has led the group's IT and technical implementation initiatives and the shift to modern digital-led business models. Last November, he was included among the top 10 large enterprise CIOs in Germany by the popular magazine CIO.
Innovation is key in the era of digitalization. So what we see in the last 10-20 years is a huge change on the business, but also in the society, how technology impacts our lives. And this is a time where many companies, organizations, units in the organization, support functions, almost everybody, every function in organizations like Hartmann get impacted through technologies.
The company boasts a broad portfolio of healthcare products and devices in its three principal business areas: incontinence management, disinfection management, and wound management. Sold to hospitals, nursing homes, and personal users in more than 100 countries worldwide, the products accounted for the majority of Hartmann's €2 billion 2018 revenues and are recognised as market leading by patients and professionals. But the healthcare sector, and as a consequence Hartmann, is currently facing some steep challenges. Chronic or non-communicable diseases are on the rise, while ageing populations are putting strain on healthcare systems which, in many instances, are underfunded. How can organisations like Hartmann help to find solutions to these difficult problems? Omerhodzic believes the use of advancing technologies will become more and more valuable, and he cites a potentially transformative idea currently being explored by Hartmann. Emerging from its infection management division, the pilot aims to tackle the spread of hospital infections. More than 4 million patients contract such infections in Europe annually, with around 37,000 mortalities.
This is a huge issue on one hand, but also on the other hand creates a huge cost for the hospitals for treatment for people who get infected. One of our products is called Sterilium, where we already are on the market for some time, helping in the hospitals, to utilize these liquids to disinfect your hands. So now we're thinking to going even beyond the product. Could we maybe even utilize some of technologies to identify infections before that could happen with the tools that currently are existing in the market? And in the Czech Republic, we are experimenting with one startup how we could utilize the AI, artificial intelligence, technologies to screen the documents, the data which are available in the hospitals. For example, when the doctors are doing visits in the morning of patients and creating the report, we're trying to read, to understand those data, and then check the medical libraries where you have some potential patterns or indications of symptoms that maybe have not been discovered immediately because of the early stage of the infections. And with the software and artificial intelligence mapping those patterns and maybe indicating potential infections.
Omerhodzic rates AI as one of the highest potential technologies in healthcare, and recent research appears to support this claim, with the global AI market in healthcare sector set to grow by 28% year on year until 2023, according to a report by Technavio. On top of helping to identify infections, he sees AI, IoT and data analytics use cases in supply chain and manufacturing, where future demands could be predicted by analysing internal data such as customer history and external data like weather conditions and epidemics. Hartmann recently developed a smart fulfillment solution for a pilot in Spain, where if a product was running low on stock, IoT sensors would detect that, automatically triggering an order. This helped optimise process efficiency and offer better customer service. Yet Omerhodzic sees AI deployments going even further.
Let me mention another one which is a little bit more futuristic. In the areas of outside of big cities, in the land regions, in the villages and so on, where you don't have that many doctors, but you will need them because demand is increasing. So we will have a shortage on resources, a shortage on the specialists, on the doctors. And artificial intelligence could help to make a first level of diagnosis, talking to the patients like the doctors could do, and get the first indications and passing those informations to the doctor, so patient will not need to travel from the village to the big cities to talk to specialists.
In truth, the possibilities offered by technologies like AI are impossible to predict. Hartmann is diligent enough to widen the scope of its analysis to other areas of innovation, including IoT, making its products smarter, and the modernisation of applications for a future where the entire ecosystem will be connected via one healthcare platform for a more seamless customer experience for institutions, professionals, and patients. In order to maintain Hartmann's position at technology's cutting edge, Omerhodzic has rethought the role of IT to become more innovative. And central to this has been the creation of the technology leader role. There are three different technology leader roles: technology leader process, technology leader market, and technology leader scout. These jobs are at the transformation coalface for Hartmann IT. The technology leader process takes charge of internal process efficiency. The technology leader market focuses on customer-driven innovation, while the technology leader scout assesses the viability of recently developed and emerging technologies. All technology leaders are supported by the wider Hartmann IT team, which boasts deep expertise in every discipline. Alexandra Fibbitz is a technology leader scout for wound management.
And this is something that is very unique for Hartmann. I am constantly screening the market for new technologies. For example, AI, IoT, big data, and all the things that are outside. We adapt them to our Hartmann world and we will include them in all of our projects where applicable, and we will see where they fit our needs and how we can really integrate them in our solutions to help the patient at the end to make their lives easier.
Patrick Feil is a technology leader market.
This is a complete transition phase we are currently in. And we at Hartmann, we don't only see that as a tremendous complex change process or something, we really see that as a chance for each and every player on the market, and in the end, for every single patient around the world. For that reason, we did some changes in our organization, which are not only related to roles, responsibilities and new innovative structures. It's also about getting new technologies, new frameworks like methodologies and tool sets into our teams, throughout all teams. And this is exactly what we need to achieve our digital goals.
Feil is hinting at the wider overhaul implemented by Omerhodzic in his role as CIO. While innovation is supported by the technology leaders, efficiency on the corporate IT side is maximised through an agile, product-orientated structure that involves designers, developers and analysts, forming teams in a new IT operating model that oversees the end-to-end delivery of products. In contrast to the previous methodology built around project rather than product management, Omerhodzic believes this way of working lends itself to increased levels of teamwork, focus and knowledge retention. It's a foundational part of the One IT strategy at Hartmann. One associated IT organisation working across the entire business. Subrajyoti Bose, Director of IT Strategy and Architecture, has had heavy involvement along the transformation journey.
Our IT strategy is to position the IT organization not as a back office organization, which is just taking requests and giving responses. However, to be very proactive in watching out the market, bringing what's happening in the world to the business and enabling them to innovate in the future. When we look at some of the product innovations that we're talking about, it's clear that the product innovations of the future are not only centered around the hardware or the product itself, but in terms of both integrating digital into the product as well as to evolve into a more solutions and services oriented organization. And that is where technology plays a huge role to the future strategy of Hartmann.
Hartmann is pushing on all fronts to lead in the digital healthcare world of the future. Yet, as with all industry players intent on bringing about effective transformation, the role of technology partners cannot be underestimated. SAP has been a long-time technology partner to Hartmann, with the two companies first collaborating in the 1980s, when SAP, now a billion-dollar software corporation with tens of thousands of clients all over the world, made Hartmann just its 37th customer. Over the years, they have worked on a range of integrations, and their relationship today covers a broad spectrum of services. Hartmann's integrating S/4HANA, SAP's most advanced enterprise resource planning system yet, as the backbone for its internal systems. In addition, Hartmann's moving to cloud-based tools with SAP SuccessFactors, which delivers HR solutions, and SAP Ariba, the industry-leading procurement software. Each implementation is supported by SAP Services, guaranteeing the sustainability of every product and supporting Hartmann's data-led business models and digital transformation.
SAP is going to be very key to us to move to the next area, into S/4HANA, and optimize and make our processes more efficient.
That versatility applies equally to Siemens, another technology partner for Hartmann. With its own expertise in the medical devices and healthcare segment, Siemens offers Hartmann comprehensive services around product lifecycle management, or PLM, including the management of product data, material data, variant management, and data for regulatory compliance. Due to new legislation in the healthcare market, internal processes at Hartmann had to be adapted. Siemens has been chosen as vendor, and with its Teamcenter application suite, it designed the internal processes in accordance with the new regulations. Omerhodzic believes the partnership will continue, as he's very satisfied with the cooperation.
When it comes to the collaboration with the Siemens, then there are various opportunities because this is a very large company with a lot of competencies and a lot of experiences. So far we have been working very close together on the PLM side and the definition of the products and how we document and digitalize the PLM process as such. But we're also thinking now to see other opportunities when it comes to the health engineers and see how their ecosystem with our ecosystem is collaborating and how could we maybe even get some more benefits on that.
Every digital transformation story serves a greater purpose. For Hartmann, that purpose is transparent, to improve the quality of lives and ultimately save them.
This is a very rewarding experience for me because it's at the end all things that I'm doing. If I'm sitting on my desk, if I'm having meetings, if I'm doing stuff, I always at the end know that I'm helping the end customer, who is for us the patient at the end. So if I think about my grandparents or about my parents, for example, they are getting older, that's the change, that's normal. But I know that with our products we can at least make lives easier.
Omerhodzic is now in a position to see the results from seeds sown over the last 3 years. But that doesn't mean he or Hartmann will be resting on their laurels anytime soon. In December, the company outlined its 5-year transformation program built around innovative strength, competitive strength and process efficiency, also promising further investment in its digital infrastructure. The end goal is international leadership in its 3 core areas of incontinence management, infection management and wound management.
I'm 1000% committed to the organization, and there is no 9-to-5 job in my life. If you have a strong commitment, you need to also strongly believe on something. Otherwise, you can't go extra miles. And that means you need to have a strong purpose. And Hartmann does have one. You really have the chance, walking by Paul Hartmann, to really help save patient lives, utilizing the technologies. The company is very open-minded, is welcoming, and is very culturally involved in terms of willing to make the new thing. And that's, I think, also maybe the reason why they're successful for 200 years.
If Hartmann continues to wed its purpose, innovative spirit and technological know-how to go further for health, then the industry is in safe hands for a few more centuries yet.